Hey everybody, I'm here with Lloyd Smith of Mountain West Realty for this Magic Valley Business Spotlight. And Lloyd, you have been in the real estate game for forever.
1994.
Wow. So, first of all, what's been the secret to your success? You see a lot of agents kind of come and go, but you've stood the test of time somehow.
Well, let me tell you, Ryan, it's like this. I got into the real estate business because we needed to figure out a diverse opportunity to help our kids get to college.
Okay.
And the bottom line is, it came through prayer. And the Lord simply said, I want you in real estate. I knew nothing about it, knew no one doing it, had no clue, and it just would not pass. So I said, okay, let's do this thing then. Got licensed in 1994, got started, had no clue what I was doing, scared to death, and it was just going to be part-time. But the thing with real estate for me is, and why I'm still at it, is because it's about taking care of people. It's not about selling anything. It's about helping people find their dream home, their dream business, get out of it, whatever their need is for that, is to make that happen for them individually. It's not about me. It's not about Mountain West. It's about you trying to find the most expensive thing you'll probably ever do in your life. And taking it serious, but having fun with it, but knowing the details, learning the details. One of the biggest things that we have to do as realtors, in my opinion, is know the details, the ins and outs of real estate. I know a lot of people want to sell on their own, and they do. But what they don't know, they don't know. We do this every day. So I attribute my success thus far into that simple fact. It's not about me, and that's what I teach and preach to these agents constantly. It's not about you. It's about everybody that walks through the door or calls, texts, emails, Facebooks, however they contact us. It's about them and us doing the job for them, and knowing better than they do what they really need to know. That's why we're here. So the success has come through that. It's just staying detailed and committed to that detail for the people we get to serve. And it's fun. It's, this isn't a job. This is so amazing to be able to come every day and say, okay, Lord, what do we got today? Who do we get to serve today? And though there are some basic similarities to every transaction, there are tremendous different details to every one of them too. And everybody's different. And so, we love people, we love to serve them. In about 2005, I really saw a need for some commercial assistance, so I kind of moved into that as well. And I've done quite a bit of that since 2005. One of my first big deals that I got to do, my first deal that I got to do basically in commercial, was sell the old Kmart property.
Oh yeah.
Out by the freeway. 94,000 square foot building on 8 acres, and I'm going, oh yeah, land that in my lap right off.
It's a good place to start.
It was a great place to start, but the fun thing is that I knew that as long as I paid attention to the details, we'd be okay. And I started learning commercial. Talked to other commercial brokers. I just started learning it. In 11 months, we were done.
Nice. Sold,
and it's a nice little strip mall today, and things are good. So that just has carried on.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is I don't necessarily want to be a great big office. That's not what it's about. I want us to be the best that we can be in whatever format we are. And I think right now between Burley and Twin Falls, there's 9 or 10 of us working that, and it's a good crew.
Yeah,
it's a good crew, and we seriously do it to help people.
I want to talk to you a little bit more about the commercial end of things. As you mentioned, you've gotten more into commercial real estate in the last about 10 years or so.
Right.
And so this area, Magic Valley, is just growing, right?
Yes.
And so what do you see maybe within the next year, 5 years, even 10 years in the Magic Valley as far as business, and because you are so connected with the commercial now?
Right. Well, and as most of us know, Idaho is been the fastest growing state in the nation for the last several years because we are now discovered. And for us in the Magic Valley, you know, with Giovanni coming in, Fruit Lac, no, not Fruit Lac. Fruit Lac's trying to come, but they haven't got here yet. Cliff Bar, you know, we have Fabri-Cal here that make the cups for Giovanni. We're seeing growth because Idaho is a good place to live, number one.
Mm-hmm.
Our culture is great. It's a good central location for a lot of businesses, and that's going to continue. The biggest issue that we have right now is labor force.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the workforce. We need more people to come to work.
Right.
But the industry's wanting to come, and, you know, being involved more with the commercial side. I've got involved with Southern Idaho Economic Development. I love that organization. Connie and the staff are doing an amazing job with that. You know, Rebecca with Business Plus, who is kind of, that organization is kind of the financial core to Southern Idaho Economic Development. You know, I got asked and went ahead and joined Minnedoka County Planning and Zoning.
Nice.
On that council, and I'm enjoying that tremendously because it is about we need growth.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of people hate to hear that, but we're either moving forward or we're moving backwards.
Yeah.
So growth is good. It doesn't have to be boom or bust, but steady. You know, we're still an agricultural community, and I think everything will be based around that for the most part. But it's happening and it's coming, and I'm excited for it.
Well, and you mentioned being involved with the community, right? And how important is that for you here with your office in the Mini-Kaj area? Also, you know, with your office and the agency you have over in Twin Falls, you know, how have you been able to, you know, make that connection with the community, and how important is that for you on, you know, business-wise?
It's everything. You know, if you're not connected, then you're disconnected.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we know what's coming, what's here, and what's coming if we're not connected and involved with things like city council,
mm-hmm.
you know, planning and zoning, chamber of commerce? You know, Jesse, my agent here, is in the chamber leadership. We're going to be in the chamber leadership next year. He's an ambassador
Mm-hmm.
to the chamber. I'm on city council or planning and zoning, and involved in the community. Without that, you don't really know what's going on.
What's going on?
How do you know what's going on?
Yeah.
You find out after the fact.
Yeah.
You know, and we get calls from people saying, "Hey, we're thinking about coming to Idaho. Why would we want to come?"
Yeah.
And it's, well, here's what you have to look forward to.
Right.
You know, and it's just an ever changing culture. You know what I've seen in 25 years, and the changes has been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yet the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Hmm.
But one of the biggest changes that I've seen is the difference in our age groups and how they operate. You know, the mindset and how it operates.
Mm-hmm.
We have such creative young people.
Yeah.
I'm blown away by the creativity that these younger adults have. It's amazing. We need to tap into that resource even more.
Mm.
And provide them opportunity to either come here or stay here. You know, it's sad to see our young creative minds leave the area because there's not an opportunity for them to stay.
Right, right.
So if we can create opportunity for them to be here, then let's do it. And with that comes the cultural lifestyle that needs to change
Mm-hmm.
in the community from, you know, where are they going to go to eat? You know, what do they like to do after hours?
Mm.
You know, we need to create that. You know, and Twin Falls has done an amazing job with that. We're still working on it here in the Mini-Kaj area, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah, for
getting
sure.
there.
So if just to kind of wrap up here, one question that I want to ask you is, if you could get in a time machine, go back 25 years, what would you tell yourself just getting started, knowing what you know now and what the last quarter of a century has been for you?
You know, I think probably if I could go back to the day I started would be to, you know, I was very intimidated. I was in that place because I grew up on a farm and I didn't have a lot of social skills. And so it would be to not fear. Just don't be afraid. But unless it's the fear of not knowing what you don't know.
Mm.
Fear that. fear that enough that it's a good fear, and learn, and learn. I would take a whole lot more classes. I would dig in deeper into the aspects of commercial, for one thing, because I want to know that way deeper. But just and enhance my ability to listen to people.
Yeah.
You know, if you just stop and listen. When I'm with people now and they're looking for a house or they're looking to open a business, just listen. Just listen, and things will start connecting by being involved. When you're involved, you know what's going on, or you know that this is going to happen, or that's trying to happen, or that's going to be available. Being involved helps you to understand, when you listen to people, how to get them there.
Yeah. How
to get them there. I would just do that way, way better, and I'm still trying.
Every day, get better.
Every day.
You learn something new every day.
If you don't, you've wasted the day.
Right? Well, which is crazy to me to think, like, you know, after 26 years, you know, you'd think that you've seen it all, right? But have you, or are you still surprised every day? Every day.
Yeah. It's changed, you know, like we were talking earlier, when I first started, we had no cell phones, no computers, a little book, and you just had to go out and work.
Yeah.
Well, now, one of the things that I would have done better coming into it, and I did the best I could with what we had, but when I came on to Mountain West as an owner, and then became the broker, and then the sole owner, is to tap in more into resources like yourself, to be able to not be afraid to say, I need help. I can't do it all. I need to tap into the resources that are best at web service and, you know, social media marketing today, because that was no thing.
Right.
You know, like we talked earlier too, newspaper, that's all we had pretty much. Newspaper, radio, and TV, and couldn't afford any of them. But to take those resources and tap out to a broader spectrum, and using your skills, for example, your creativity is amazing, and I've known you a long time, and I'm really proud of where you've come.
Yeah.
From where you've been to where you've come, it's amazing. And so we've connected, and I want to use what you know to help my business, because that helps us help those that we get to work with on a daily basis.
Yeah, for sure. You know, funny story. So when I first moved to Idaho, southern Idaho, from Utah, where I went to school and I grew up, I came here in 2006.
Yeah.
And I bought a house from Lloyd, sold a house with Lloyd. It's we go back a few years.
We do,
for sure.
And it must have worked, because you're still here, buddy.
We're still here. So where do you see, though, Mountain West Realty and even Lloyd Smith? You know, what's the next progression for you, or where do you see the business going? I mean, are you going to retire and just go fishing, or are you going to keep working, or what's the plan?
No, you know what, I would like to do more fishing, and so I'm working towards that.
Yeah.
But I love what I get to do every day. I don't see myself ever truly, totally retiring, unless my mind goes to the point that I'm doing more damage than good.
Yeah.
Could happen. But, I'm formulating a team right now, with Jesse, for example, and some others, that I want to work up to a position to where they can kind of just move in and take over some of the areas that, number one, it takes so much time. Residential, for example, it's a time consumer. Man, you got to be on it. And I am, but I may not want to be so much down the road.
Right.
Focusing more on the commercial and specialty stuff. It's amazing. I get a lot of calls from people saying, hey, we heard you're the guy to do this job. And I say, well, why is that? And they said, because nobody else wants to. And it's one of those tough deals. It's going to take some time and some discovery work and some effort, some true effort. And we're in a world of instant gratification, I mean, that's pretty true. And we're in a business that it's not so much so if you really want to learn it and do it right. So I'm moving more into that. I want to help my agents, learn this. I've pounded them on the details and made sure that they know they can come to me anytime and all the time to ask questions. And if I don't know, we'll find out.
Yeah.
There's such a teamwork effort, between lenders and, the mortgage companies, the title companies, to attorneys, whoever we need, you know, our real estate commission, our associations, whatever it takes to make sure we know what we're doing is what I'm pounding in them, and they're taking that to the core and doing it right. So, you know, in the next 5 years, I would like to see myself be able to say, you know what, Jesse, I'll go fishing. See you, buddy.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. And you know, to have all that experience, you know, I know that the agents that you know, come to work here and you know, have that ability to learn from, you know, that wealth of experience that you're willing to share. You know, it's not like you're not hoarding it for yourself and all that kind of stuff. You're very giving out, you know, teaching.
Information is no good if you don't pass it on. The other thing in the mix of this too is my son, Bridger. Bridger Smith Custom Homes. He's doing a bang up job building houses over in the Twin Falls area. He's got one going on over here. He's also a realtor and an owner of Mountain West. I want to pull him more into this as we can. He really loves building, so that's kind of his forte right now. But as he grows and gets to that place, I'd like to see him more involved in the Mountain West scheme of things, and he will be. But right now, we're just trying to keep everything together and everybody happy. But Bridger's doing an amazing job at building. Awesome. He's had several parade homes and done very well with those, and he's very detailed. Talk about details. Yeah, I can't hardly work with him because he's too nitpicky for me.
Too nitpicky.
Which is a good thing. But anyway, that's kind of where I see things going.
Nice. Well, a lot of exciting opportunities. You know, 25, 26 years down, a lot more to go.
A lot more to go.
Yeah.
I hope a lot more to go.
Well, keep up the good work, my man.
Gonna do it, buddy.
All right.
Thanks.
Good to see you.